Like many other parents, my mother had to learn the contents of this book for herself over the course of my childhood. It was, and still is, a process of trial and error, during which many mistakes were made and many lessons were learned. At times, this was incredibly difficult and sometimes messy because my mom is not a perfect parent, nor is she a perfect being. Instead, she was something far greater. She was always human. Growing up, I never had the near mythological idea of my parents that so many of my friends had of theirs. My friends had parents who could do no wrong, whose say was final, who demanded respect unconditionally. My friends had parents who, in their relationships, more closely resembled gods than they did people. And how does one learn accountability and vulnerability from a god? My experience couldn't have been any more different. Instead of an iron fist, I was raised with tenderness and transparency and a partnership paradigm. In my family, I was able to practice valuable skills like negotiation and compromise, something that was only possible because my mom was okay with being wrong from time to time. I realized that no one was entitled to my respect or trust because my mom never demanded it, but earned it instead. Through my mom, I learned that it was okay to be wrong, to apologize, and to admit my own shortcomings in order to grow. Through watching her, I learned how to improve myself and how to genuinely connect with others. Instead of hindering me, our family dynamic prepared me for the relationships I would have later on in my life. The beauty of having an authentic parent is that it prepares us for the inevitability of our own imperfections and allows us to see others for who they are, not for who we want them to be. As I've grown into my early adulthood, I have been faced with near constant reminders of my own imperfections. This is not a complaint, but simply an unspoken and natural part of life that everyone experiences at some point. Instead of being set back by these reminders, I'm fueled by them. I think of my mother, her beautiful flaws, and the way she worked on herself throughout my childhood. She modeled self-love and patience openly, and I witnessed it every day. She never needed to fix me. Fixing herself was more than enough. And while my mom was always there for me first, her compassion could not be contained and was not limited to her own son. I can't even begin to recount all of her selfless acts of kindness over the years. She connected with teens and listened to them when they felt they had no one else, and she answered emails, likely in thousands, from families who needed guidance. She changed the trajectory of people's lives, people she had never even met or previously interacted with, without ever expecting anything in return. This book, like every other project my mom develops for teens, is a true labor of love, written as much for others as it was for herself. In this book, everything I mentioned above is on full display. Her vulnerability, her strength of character, and her genuine interest and passion for teens. Alongside the extensive research, philosophy, and information contained in these pages, my mom has also fully given herself to you, the reader. I'm a living testimony to the contents of this book, and I couldn't be any happier with who I've become. They say being a mother is a thankless job, but that doesn't feel right here. So thank you, Mom.